Hello everyone, I'm here today with another process video, and I am still working with some photos from Seattle. And as you can see, I still have the Chihuly pieces featured here, and I have a lot of blank space. I need to fill these. I also have a 4x8 full page protector that I need to find a card for. And what I think I want is something that has maybe a little bit of room for journaling, and then the rest is either open or there's like a title or something. Because when I was looking back at my previous layouts for the Chihuly complex, I don't have a lot of journaling, and part of that may be because this was my third time going, but I feel like maybe I do want to say just something, even if it's minor. Of course, I could change my mind if I find a perfect card for here that looks great just as it is, or I could just add an embellishment and be done with it. So it's hard to say what will happen. In these, I'm kind of thinking I might like to do some circular elements. I have quite a few in my bags of ephemera, and I have lots of colors I can work with here because look at all the different colors here. I kind of did that on purpose because I thought, okay, whatever I've used to fill these, I can use whatever I want pretty much. Same with the card. I have lots of colors, that I could match to this. So I think maybe what I'll do is the card first, because hopefully something will just jump out at me right away and it'll be an easy choice as to what's going to fit there. I have a pretty good stack of 4x8s here, so I will certainly start with these and hopefully I'll find something. But I know that I also have some digital files saved that I've never printed. And then also I know I've used some out of here and then haven't reprinted. So they aren't necessarily brand new, but I just didn't bother to reprint when I use them. So this really isn't everything I have, but look at it. I mean, that's a pretty thick stack. So hopefully I'll find something in there. So far, this is the one I like the best. I love the different colors. I love what it says. There's no journaling room, but I can squeeze that in somewhere else. The only thing is the background is kind of that coral color, which I don't have represented here. So I feel like I would need to bring it in. Now I do know that in my yellow and orange bag, or is it in my pink? But I know I've got coral pieces in here of different things. Can't remember how I categorize that in here, but I can look through there and hopefully find something, and then I can kind of do whatever color I want with the space that's left. So I think I'll try to find some ephemera first. If I can't find anything that really works, I may have to reconsider this. I didn't even go in to look at my digital files that I've never printed, so there may be something in there too, but we'll start here and we'll see what that gets me. Well, I didn't find anything in my ephemera that was the right theme or phrase. There definitely were some things that were the right color, but nothing that was going to work. But in my scraps, I found this, and it's a little bit bigger than what I need, so I can just cut it down, which is awesome. But I can go 2x2 and just make a background, and then I can put it here, so at least I'll have the color to match. Those are pretty close, I think. Then I can just choose a piece of ephemera that's one of the other colors maybe and put it on top, or something that's multicolored. And then over here, I still haven't figured that out. Would it be weird to just go with a white background? Because I've got white here. I've got it here. Maybe I could do a white background and then another piece of ephemera there. That might be actually the easier / smarter way to go. So I was looking through all of my ephemera pieces and I pulled out my multicolored pack that I have. I found something and I think I'm going to change up what I was doing here, but I'm worried that it's going to look weird and not turn out well. But I found this. I totally forgot that I had it on there. It's from Doodlebug, I think. It looks like them. They used to have I don't know what it was called. It was a line that was all about crafting for scrapbookers, crafters, what have you. And I think I kept this in there because I liked the fact that it said colorful and the bright colors. I'm wondering if I should create 2 empty pockets and put it across the page protector. Now, granted, it doesn't fit perfectly. It will go into the gutter here of the page protector, but you'll still see it. And I kind of like it. Then it means I have to move whatever was on the other side. I have to move these around, but that's okay. But maybe it would be like this instead. And I kind of really like that. So I think I'm going to do it. Now, the other option is I could just put like white paper behind this in both of these if I didn't want to move the other photos around on the other side. But I'm really liking the idea of this. So I think I'm going to go for it. All right. I adhered it to the outside of the page protector. And for now, I did move the photos that were in the back. That's a future me problem. I'll worry about later when I get to that, that layout. But for now, I really, really like this. So I'd like to keep it that way if at all possible. It's just figuring out what about the other side. But for now, I have all this. There is this little asterisk there. I think I'm going to pull out my puffy stickers and actually put one on there. Doesn't have to be in white. Maybe it could be in a different color, but just to add in something, a little bit more texture. And then I'm wondering if I need like just one phrase label on one of these, or maybe I don't. Maybe I'll do the puffy sticker here first and then I'll decide about this. All right, I have these, so I'm going to use one of those. But when I was looking for these, I also came across this sheet of chipboard, and it's got a coral color. It's pretty darn close to this one right here. Now I'm wondering, like, should I use that over here somehow with this, or put it on one of these other ones with a phrase? Oh, I'm torn, but I feel like when the color matches that good, I should use it for something. So I pulled this sheet to use here, and this little one, I had originally tried that first. It was almost too small. I mean, it looked like it was the right size, but it didn't fit over it. Like no matter which way I turned it, you could still see underneath. This option was much better. So I just went with the bigger one, and I ended up liking the white. So that's okay. So I think that's all I'm going to do with that one. The only other thing I would consider is maybe some ink splattering, but I don't think it needs it actually. So it's probably done. We'll move that over here. Now I still have this little problem child, figuring out what am I going to do, if anything. I don't know, even if I did this. Like this goes so end to end that having just an asterisk floating up here is kind of weird. So I don't know that it would work with this. But I feel like maybe I could do something down here. If I could just find a phrase and then use a smaller one. I mean, even that takes up a lot of space when you only have a 2x2 square. But I don't know. I feel like I want to try to work it in somehow. I decided to consider black and white. Since I have white here, I have black writing on the journaling card. I thought, well, that would certainly stand out. And I had talked about using white anyway. So I don't know. Let's try it and see. I kind of like this one. I could keep that as is and then layer this over it. And then I would get this color in as well. I have attached these. And I used my mono liquid glue for this. It shows like it has backing on it, but that one didn't. It must have fallen off at some point. I wanted to make sure it's going to really stick, so I added some liquid glue there. And now, I probably should have done this before, but I do want to see if I can sneak a staple in there at the end. Oh, is it stuck on there already? Ooh, there. Oh shoot, it went through the asterisk a little bit. Can I take that out? This is what happens sometimes when you take a risk. I bet I can get it out though. Actually, what I'll have to do is pry this off, lift this up a little bit, restaple, and then put this back down again. So that's going to take a little bit of work. All right, I was able to fix it, yay. So I put in a new staple. I did have to throw out my first asterisk that I used, and I pulled off this one. That one came off nicely, so it actually had adhesive still on it, and I didn't have to use my glue, so maybe it's a win-win. Well, my desk may have ended up as a disaster, but I don't care because I'm really happy with the way this came out. So here we are. These are the final pages. So I feel like just adding these 3 elements really makes this work, and I am so pleased with how bright and colorful it is. So here's another one done for Seattle. Thanks for watching.